good morning, good evening, and good night. Yep, that's right. That's all the times. I have a bit of a frog in my throat for some reason. Maybe because I talked so much yesterday. I don't know. A salute to everybody in the chat. Salute. Salute. Konbanwa. Okay. So, today we're going to be talking about that app that I made that I used a little bit in my debut stream, where you guys can type certain things and then like an animation will show up. So I'm just gonna sort of tell you about how I made it, and then we're gonna you guys can suggest new ones in the chat. Okay, so first things first, you'll see on the screen. By the way, I have like an auto switcher. Wait 1 second. Boop, boop. Okay, that's so it'll just sort of switch maybe when I don't want it to. But anyways, oh, I'm slightly different sizes. Let me fix that really quick. Hello. Two of me. What? And this one. Wait, this is the one with the correct size. Ah, darn it. So as I was saying, it's gonna randomly, well not randomly, it'll switch to whatever app I'm using, because we're gonna be using like a lot of different stuff to make all these animations. I've been okay. I had work today, so I worked most of the day, and I wouldn't say I was super productive, but at least I got some of the things that I wanted to do done, and that was nice. Tonight, I'm excited to basically like farm for Animal Crossing ornaments like all night, and festive recipes which come from the balloons. Yeah, a lot of Animal Crossing in my future for the next few weeks. How are you guys? What time is it where you are? Hopefully it's not like 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay, anyways. So, obviously I made this in Unity. Is my capture, or my cursor being captured? I think so. Well, I can't check. That's cool. Nope, it's not. 1 sec. Capture cursor, please. Thank you. Capture, okay, that one's done. And I think this one already has it. Yep, okay. Everything else is fine. It's just Unity that was messed up. Okay. 9 p.m., 6 p.m. 3 a.m. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. You can watch the VOD later. Okay. So this is my Unity workspace. It's some of these scripts are not organized because there's a weird bug where if I move their location, Visual Studio will just make a duplicate of it. I really don't know what's going on. So this is what the app actually looks like. It's all like a green screen, and then if I run it and I click login, YouTube will ask me to authenticate the app, and then I need to put the live stream ID, which is, if you look up in the URL of this live stream you're looking at right now, there's like a bunch of numbers. I guess for this stream, it's GLIJDSW50M8. That is the live stream ID. So you give it the live stream ID, and then it gets the chat ID, and that's how it identifies each individual live stream chat, and then it can start pulling messages from it, and it kind of does that at a rate that YouTube decides. That's about a second or under a second. that's why you weren't seeing your like messages come up immediately. There'd be a little bit of pause. So, as far as the actual commands, let's see here. We've got a bonk. We've got a head pat. We've got the heart react. We've got the kusa, a treat, and a yabe, which I didn't even talk about. These are all just gonna play at the same time, so that'll be cool. Woo, look at all of them go. Let's try that again. Yabe is like a little X that jumps out. I'm a flesh human. I'm not a dog. Oh, I wish I was a dog. Anyways. We've got the head pat, the heart, the kusa, which is the grass, which I attempted to make in the shape of a W and kind of failed. And then the treat. Right now, if you type anything in the chat, obviously it won't run because I'm not running any of this stuff. Boop. And the way it's set up is I created this kind of object in Unity. It's called a scriptable object, and basically all that means is that it's like a container for a bunch of information. So for this, I decided, okay, I want like an icon so I can identify the command, and I want all the different things that you can type in to trigger the command. So for instance, for yabe, I said like yabe, yabai, big yabai, yabai with like exclamation points, etc. And every command can have a cooldown. I don't really have the cooldown set up. I think the only one with a cooldown is the bonk. And then the actual game object, that is the animation. And then I set a position because for reasons that I truly cannot understand, the game object's position isn't being saved in the game object. So, each of these animations is literally just a series of images, which I created in After Effects. And then I made it's a sprite animation, which is created by literally just selecting all of them and dragging them on there. And you'll have a new object that has an animation on it. I don't know why it didn't work, but whatever. That's how you do it. Welcome, main account, Gobi. Or Gody. I always say Gobi in my head. I don't know why. And then I have all these custom things set up via the animation controller. So when one of these commands starts playing the animation, it will do something like randomize the color, or randomize the position, or flip it randomly. And then when it's finished with the animation, it will automatically destroy itself. That's what this is for. And so, as far as code, one second. Oh, okay, there, I'm back. The code for this is pretty simple. It's very, very simple. Honestly, the most confusing part of it is just YouTube's really weird API. But I actually took the vast majority of the code from just some code that some Japanese person put on GitHub. So I have a few different scripts here. The client is what actually like asks YouTube for the information, and then my YouTube manager here, this is what calls the YouTube client. So my YouTube manager script keeps track of like how often it should be asking YouTube for information, and it also keeps track of like the information that the user puts into my app. So like the chat ID and logging in and that kind of thing. this whole thing is sort of only half done. But it's usable. The problem is, and this is what I tried to explain and failed to explain on stream, which is that YouTube only allows a certain number of API calls per day, which for YouTube, the YouTube API, it's 10,000 units, which means we can ask it for information 10,000 times a day. But when it's asking like every half second, that turns into only like 45 minutes or so. So that's why after a while the commands just stopped working on my debut stream. There's a way to get more units, and that is a very long process which I will have to go through, that involves like making a website and proving a bunch of stuff, and yeah, it's really annoying. It's very tempting to just make it go through Restream IO. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that, but it's kind of like a thing that allows you to stream to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But they have their own API that doesn't have usage limits, so I could get the chat through there, but it would be a lot less user-friendly, because eventually I do want to release this for people to use. Because I'm going through all this effort, I might as well do that. So there's a lot of things I still have to do to make this a little more user-friendly. But in the meantime, do you guys have any ideas for commands and animations that I could add? The one I'm gonna add like a lot of like Wota stuff, so like, you know, like the light sticks. I'm gonna add those kinds of animations, but they're a little bit annoying to do, so I'll probably do them off stream. The one I think I will work on off stream while you guys are thinking is I want to do a clapping animation. So like, you know, when people type the 8s or the clapping emoji, I want to have a clapping animation play. So let's create a new composition called clapping. That's gonna be 500 by 500 pixels. And I'm just gonna use the same hand that I did for the head pat. Where's the head pat? Where did you go? I guess I didn't do that on this computer. Okay. I guess I'll have to draw it myself. Let's draw a hand. I mean, just like, what kinds of animation things do you think would be fun to trigger on stream? Thank you. A dog? That's a good idea. By the way, I am quite new at After Effects. Ooh, that's a good idea. Like little, I'm gonna start writing these down. Dog. Dude. Those are both good ideas. Okay. My hand is not looking too good. That's a good one. I like the idea of like error, like 404s just falling from the ceiling. They would just like drop into the stream. Okay, that's a perfectly acceptable hand. Let's duplicate it. Actually, we're gonna make the anchor point at the base of the hand so that when it rotates around the wrist. And I can never get... Yeah, there we go. Oop! Oh, please, what? This one is way too small. Or this one's way too big. That's close enough. What were some of the other ideas I had? I think... Yeah, that was all of them. All the other ones I already made. Yeah, you guys have good ideas. The question is, how long should it be? That's probably good. And then we're gonna test some of these out with you guys. I should have maybe I'll just animate one of them and I'll just copy it. That's what I'll do. So the position is going to be animated and the rotation is going to be animated. And it's going to start by coming up from here. That, so it'll come up and then it needs to start clapping. At this rate, it'll only clap once. Interesting. Okay, let's see how that looks. Doesn't rotate in enough, does it? That's okay. How fast is that? Slow. Please play. Why isn't it playing? What? That's so weird. I don't know why it's not playing. Huh. Okay then. And let's do that one more time. You get 2 claps per emote. Oops. Oh gosh. Oh, there we go. Why isn't it, Oh, it is this. Wait. Oh! I don't know what's wrong. Okay, whatever, doesn't matter. And then we finish it by going all the way back down. Can I change it with... I can! There we go! Kind of. I work with vectors a lot, and can I do it like that? I don't want this handle. Oh, there we go. That works. Okay. Good enough. Okay, but I didn't change the rotation. Will you play for me? Nope. I don't know why it's not playing. Something food related sounds good, but I don't actually drink bubble tea that much. Playing. How very strange. Oh well, I'll just assume it's correct, I guess. No worries. Let's duplicate that, and then negative 92. There we go. Almost. Do I have to redo the whole thing? I really don't want to have to redo the whole thing. Hachama food. Just like something that doesn't even really look like food, just like blurred out. Steaming hot pile of not food. Pepperoni. I was hoping I would just be able to... Guess not. I wanted to cheat, and it won't let me cheat. Okay. Can select all of them. And then yes! That's closer to what I want. Can I go like... Oh, I still can't do that. Not quite. Not quite what we were going for, huh? Well, I can just go like this. Not that big a deal. That was a lot easier than I thought it would be. Now correct the rotations. Ooh, the dog could do like a little flip. Like it pops it, whoop, and then flip like down, kind of like how the Kusa animation is just sort of like an X being thrown. It can do a flip and just like fall down. I like that. I like that idea. Go. Hypothetically, now they should be clapping. Kind of. Close. They just need to be moved over a little bit. Oops. Nope. Nope. Why isn't it doing it? Please. No. Why? No. Why? Ah! Ah! Redo. Clap. Clap. Does it clip the edges? Nope. Perfect. We've got our clap. Save. Okay, and then because Unity doesn't take normal files, we have to render it as a series of images. So add to render queue, export as RGB with alpha and a PNG sequence. Then we make sure it's going to the right place, which it is. And click render. What? Sorry, there's a sound. Oh, it'll go faster. It'll go faster, don't worry. And that's something we can adjust in Unity too. So, speaking of, let's add this stuff to Unity. Got our clapping animation. The first 2 frames don't have anything in them, so I'm just going to delete them. And then we just drag them onto our Unity scene. It's going to ask me to create a new animation, which I'm going to call clapping. And now we have this guy here that if I loop is, I don't know. Anyways, you'll be able to see it. And it's gonna go really, really slow because the Unity default animation is way too slow. So we make it 2.5 times speed. Still a little slow. We'll make it 3 times speed. X to doubt. Okay, I'll write that down. How would I do it different than the Yabe though? Because the Yabe is already an X. Oh, maybe the X to doubt will be like an actual, like in the game, like how it has like an X icon come up, except ours will be like in the top left corner. So it doesn't obstruct anything on the stream. little slow, but at the same time, I don't want it to be like super short. And I don't feel like animating more. Yeah, well, that's okay. I am gonna adjust the animation itself. I don't know if you guys will be able to see this window. I bet you won't. Nope, you can't. Okay, there's an animation window that's, well, here we go. There we go. Now you guys should be able to see it. Okay, so this is all of the frames of our animation, which natively is 3 seconds. So obviously we didn't want it to be 3 seconds long. But I'm just gonna like cut out some frames from the beginning and end. So it's like a little faster. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, let's try that. That's got a good rhythm to it now. I think that's okay. Yeah, that's definitely, that's got some kick. Definitely, I think it would have been better if we clapped 3 times, but maybe I'll just do that later. It's fine. Okay, so next thing's next. It's a little big. It's a little bit too big. Also, this yabe is still here. So let's make it a lot smaller. Let's make it like, well, how big is the yabe and the kusa? Let's use the kusa. So the kusa's that big. So yeah, the clapping should be about the same size. Yeah. Okay, that's good. And that's where it's gonna be. So we save. Okay. Next thing's next. We create the new command. So create command. It's called clapping. And it's not gonna have a cooldown so that lots of people can do it at once. And we save. Oop, that's not right. Where did that come from? What is this? What did I copy and paste? That was weird. Okay, anyways. And we drag the animation over. So we have the clapping animation, which is, oh, we didn't actually save that yet. So we made this little animation, the sprite object with an animation on it. We drag that into our assets folder so that it's saved as a prefab. So then I'm just gonna name it clapping animation. So now the animation is its own object. Oh, and we did do the other stuff. We have to add a bunch of stuff to this. So we're gonna make it so that it finishes itself automatically, and when it does, it's going to destroy itself. I just realized I spelled destroy wrong. It's fine. And then it's gonna randomly set its position at the bottom of the screen, so it's gonna randomly set horizontal position, and also randomly flip itself. I think we could. I could play with colors more on a lot of these, but yeah, I'm lazy. Okay, I think that's it. Save. And then we don't need this anymore. Well, we do actually. We need to save the position and put that into the command object. And then the X doesn't matter because the X is going to be random anyways. And then the fun part, we get to decide what things that are typed trigger this. So this is a little annoying and a little finicky. So I have to because it has to be the literal message. So if, for instance, someone types 8888, but I only have 888, then it won't trigger. So I have to just put a bunch of variations of the same thing. if you're a programmer and you're saying, what the heck, my answer to you is that I put these in a dictionary where the key is the triggerable text, and it's fine, don't worry about it, it doesn't need to be that fast. Yeah, it is annoying, I'm sure. So the thing is that I could technically say like, oh, just take the first word of the message. But I feel like that's more computing power, that's more computing time in the end than just looking it up. It's probably not, it's probably less, but maybe I'll do that later. Maybe I'll do that eventually, but for now, this is how I'm doing it. And I'm definitely not gonna, like, if it's not the first word, I'm definitely not gonna bother with that. That's way too much of an edge case. Okay, what was I doing? Oh, I was gonna copy and paste the clapping emoji and see if Unity will take it, because actually Unity will only take certain emojis. That's why only certain hearts, and it doesn't take it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that working too. Go on, hit me with your best idea. Oops. I'm waiting. I guess you don't have any ideas. Head empty? I'm typing F on chat. Oh, F. We could definitely do something funny with F. Randomly an F somewhere on the screen. I do like the idea of if chat showers with a certain thing, then the whole screen just gets covered. But I don't know if I want that to be F. I like the idea of F falling on my head from above and like bouncing off. Ooh, salt would be good. Salt would be good. Maybe like, maybe salt would be like salt falling from the sky, kind of like how we had the 404s falling from the sky. That's definitely a good idea. What do we want to do with F? We definitely should do something with F. Ooh. I had an idea, and it's so much work, and I don't want to put in that amount of effort, but the idea of, like, instead of the F's just being randomly around the screen, if they're only in the shape of an F, so if there's enough F's, it also spells out like a giant F on the screen. It's definitely possible. That's definitely a possible thing to do, but it would be kind of a special case. This is a new can of Pepsi. I drink like 3 Pepsis a day. I really do. And actually, I drink the mini cans, so it's not that bad. Ooh! That has a very specific purpose, though. Like, that's a really specific, like, a salt shaker with F's coming out of it is a very specific use case. Most F's are like, something bad happened. Yeah, see? Mini cans, mini calories. Basically, it's 0 calories, you know? It all works out. It's definitely not killing me slowly. Anyways. man, I had such a headache today that I'm pretty sure was a caffeine headache. Actually, it wasn't from the Pepsi. The Pepsi caffeine doesn't affect me that much. It was the boba. It was the milk tea. I still have so much milk tea in my fridge. No, I didn't finish the milk tea. There's so much milk tea. Because actually, I really can't drink caffeine. Like, I have a really bad caffeine sensitivity. So, if I drink more than like a cup, even drinking a cup of tea a day it's gonna put me in a bad spot. It's gonna put me in a really bad spot. So I try not to even do that. But I drank 2 today. So that's why I had a headache. You can buy them by the gallon at some tea places, so I did. And the cashier was very surprised. Apparently people, it was I have decaffeinated black tea in my kitchen. That's what I usually use for my milk tea. But like, it was, you know, I was ordering a bunch of milk tea. Like, it was just easier that way. I don't want to have to brew a bunch of my own tea. Plus, I didn't have any milk. So my problem is I'm so addicted to milk tea that I just down it. Like, if I have milk tea in front of it, it's gonna be gone within the next 2 minutes. 100%. That's why this morning I tweeted 2 glasses of boba milk tea RTA, because right before I tweeted that, I drank 2 like big glasses of boba milk tea in like 7 minutes or less, and that's what gave me the headache. Oh boy. I still have so much milk tea left. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I still have fried chicken left. I actually had to resist the temptation to eat it for dinner, because it has not been kind to my digestive system. But I resisted and I had turkey instead. It was delicious. Lua, no. Okay, I have no reason to bring this up. I have no reason to bring this up, but I was just thinking about it and how much I want to do it. Well, will they work? Never mind, they won't work. I'm gonna try it anyways. I have these buttons here that'll do special things. Let's see how that goes. It didn't go well. What's going on? Oh my god. I didn't think that would happen. Okay, we're back. Hopefully. Are we back? Please tell me we're back. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're back. Okay. Okay. I wanted to show you guys this special thing I have set up. But it's, I guess. Okay, we're just gonna do it manually. It will work this time. It won't do that. Hello. I have these special reactions, this special reaction stuff set up, but when I clicked it on my Stream Deck, it tried to go to a different scene. Anyways, this one and this one. Huh. Anime speed lines. Oh, yeah, they're kind of in the wrong spot. There we go. And for special occasions. So when I So you see why I wanted to show you guys that. And oh, I just have to get this off my chest because I'm very annoyed about it. you see how when I do that, everything like, it like goes in a curve? It's supposed to just zoom in, but for some reason, Streamlabs OBS has a bug in it where it does that instead. So that's cool. Also, I like me like, oh, okay, never mind. Anyways, hopefully one day I'll be able to use that in context and I'll have it set up properly. But today's not that day. So let's get back to development, shall we? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. So. Let me. What? Nope. Okay. We're gonna test it now. So the last thing to do to set this up, wait, actually let's test the clapping animation. There we go, clap. Let's see if it's a different place this time. Clap, cool, 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 it works. See, our clapping stuff works. So, we don't need that in the scene. And then, we have our little object here called the game manager, which just has all of the information in it, just all of it. And so we drag our clapping animation to the list of commands. Save. Now, let's see if you guys can trigger these commands, okay? Boop. So I'm gonna log in. It's asking me, am I sure I want to give my information to this unverified app? Yes, I want all of my information hacked from this hacker dog I keep hearing about. Okay, it's logged in. And then we grab the stream ID. Boop. And we can start getting chat. Okay. Okay. So you guys can see me like here, like inside the computer. It's like Inception. And so, when I click start pinging, you guys, when I say so, you guys are gonna start using the commands. Do you remember the commands? There's treat, there's kusa, there's heart, like you can do like the arrow 3, that heart works. There's bonk, and yabe. So I'm gonna click it and you guys are gonna start typing them. I am the real Lua. Are you guys typing commands? Fine, I have to do all the work around here. Oh, see? There, that worked. Bonk! Bonk. I'm seeing Kusas come up in my... See, there's a little console here. So here's your messages as they happen. They're coming in, but they're not being parsed. Very interesting. Well, it looks like the Kusas aren't working for some reason. Oh, there's a Kusa. There's a heart. There's a Kusa. Kusa. Okay, it's working. I don't know why some of those Kusas didn't work. Let's try the 8s for the clapping. Bonk. Do the Kusas don't have a cooldown, do they? I know the bonk has a cooldown. Does headpad have a cooldown? Bonk. 8, 8, 8, 8, which are not spawning. How peculiar. Okay, now it's time to debug. I don't know why it wasn't working sometimes. So, what do we do when we can't figure out why something's not working? We go to the code. Okay, so I have this thing called the command manager. The command manager is the thing that actually spawns the animations. So every time it actually triggers a command, we're going to have it. Oh, by the way, I have the functionality for your username to show up on the animation. I don't know if I want to do that yet, and if so, which ones, but it is an option. So we don't know what's happening. We add debug log, which is going to print information, and it's going to print the name of the name, command.name. So trigger. Okay, so every time it actually spawns one, it's gonna say trigger. One second. Okay, there we go. Whoops. Text falling vertically from the screen. I mean, actually, we do have the function, like, if, for instance, I wanted to grab the first, see, this is what I'm talking about with the member. If I had memberships, I could do a thing where, like, if you're a member and something, because there has to be some other condition, because we can't just let everyone do this. If you type, like, fall, and then the message after that will, like, fall from the screen. From the top of the screen, something like that. There's so many things we could do. I could have a whole system where the longer you've been a member, the more points you have, and you can spend those points like on that kind of thing. We could do anything. The sky's the limit. But I don't have memberships. So members only jackets. And then okay, so we have a thing, so every time it actually creates the animation, it's gonna say that. However, we don't know if the problem is it not spawning the animation, or like is the animation just spawning off screen? That could also be the problem. That's what this debug is for. Or is there some kind of cooldown situation, in which case we're gonna add an else here, else debug.log cooldown on, and then the name of the command. Oh, this is a cooldown on a user. I do have user. Do I have user cooldowns on? That might have been it. It might have been that the user that you guys were cooled down, because I think I do have user cooldown set up. So let's see, what is the number? It's 0, so there really shouldn't be much of a cooldown at all. Although if it's 0, I wonder. I'm gonna set this to 1. I wonder if maybe because it was 0, that was causing a bug. Like the cooldown never ended or something like that. Message.channel ID, which is the string of numbers and stuff that identifies each of you guys' accounts. And oh, this is if you're not a member, and if you're not a mod, and if you're not the owner of the channel, then you have a cooldown. But if you're any of the other things, like if you're a member or the owner of the channel, then there's no cooldown. Bye, bear. Okay, so I don't think that's the problem, but I'll double check. And then, yeah, I think that's it. I think those are all of the places that there are most likely to be bugs. Well, yeah, this is just if it's not contained, yeah. Okay, let's try it again, shall we? There's a bit of a lag, so, start. One second. Okay, I'm logging in. And then I need to get the chat ID. Okay, start putting in commands now because there's lag on you guys' end. You need to get better internet. Okay. Okay, let's try the clapping. So 8s. I'm just gonna type it myself. 8, 8, 8. Yeah, it has to be at least 3 8s. Okay, my 8 worked. Gonk. Thank you. Okay, you guys' 8s aren't working. Oh! Cooldown. It is user cooldown. Oh, because, okay, I see. Austin did a bonk and then tried to do a clap, so that's why there's a user cooldown. Gonk. Still funny. Okay, I think it's working, though. I think it was the user cooldown. I think that was the bug. And that's why it always worked for me. Kusa, that worked. Clapping, that worked. I think we've done it. I think there was a bug related to the user cooldown. So that users were never getting cooled down. They would just stay in cooldown forever. Yay, we solved a bug. This is already a more productive stream than I expected. Head pat. Thank you. Okay. So, I'm gonna stop pinging because I only have 10,000 pings per day. And let's brainstorm what we're gonna do about this F situation. I just thought of something that I hadn't considered. There's absolutely no reason why we can't have these objects like interact with each other and stuff. So for instance, we could have like an F fall from the sky and then they just pile up and the Fs can like pile up on top of each other. So there's just like a literal pile of Fs. Oh, I'm liking this idea. I'm liking this idea. I'm liking this idea. I'm gonna go with this. And this is very easy because it's just one frame. I don't have to animate anything. We're gonna make a new composition. Because it doesn't have to just be an animation. We're actually spawning like a Unity object. So it can do anything that any object can do in Unity. And having physics is something that is very easy to do. So let's just use the type tool because I'm lazy. What kind of F? Oops. What kind of F do we want to have? We want this F to be red because in my mind that's just obvious for some reason. Although we can have it randomly change color. We'll probably do that. How do I change the font? Oh, there we go. I kind of like the idea of one of these blocky Fs. That's a good fat F, although I want it to be a little taller. Yes, yes, yes. This is the F I was imagining. Needs to be red. Yes, yes, yes. Save. And we just need to... How do I save this as just an image? I don't know if I can. Oh boy. I'll just make it one frame long. Here we go. Boop. And then add to the render queue. As a PNG sequence with RGB and alpha. And export it. Yep, that's in the right spot. Render. Ah! Sorry, there's a really loud sound every time I click render and I keep forgetting. Okay, let's go back to Unity. F. F. Perfect. Oh, good luck on your exam that you just got back. Oh, jeez. Okay, so now we need to add colliders to it. So 2D box collider. We need to make it follow the F so that the Fs can intertwine with each other. And, I don't know. Get all tangled up. We need a few of them. 2 more. Oh, 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 oh. And then 1 more. Now we add a rigid body onto it, so that means it'll fall. Rigid body 2D. We can add we can give it like different mass and stuff like that, but we're just gonna keep it as is for now. And then the last part of this is that we need to add a floor for the F to fall onto, so that they'll all pile up. Doesn't need to actually even render anything. It just needs to be a rigid body 2D. With a box collider, just like the one we just made. Except this time, it's going to be static, so it won't move. So, where's this sprite I just hypothetically created? Nowhere? I'll just give it a... Oh, that's right, I deleted the... I deleted the actually rendering part of it. But I guess it doesn't matter. I just need the collider anyways. Ah! We'll name this one floor. There we go. And then this F is the wrong size. It's far too big. As big as I want it to be, it's too big. That's probably good. And can I change its opacity? Is that a thing I can do? Oh, it is. I want to make it like half opacity so that it doesn't completely obstruct everything. Perfect. So now, if we could play. Ha! Perfect. And, oops. Oh, it's complaining about my code. What did I do wrong? Oh, my clapping command? I didn't, like, fill it out all the way. See all these empty spaces? That's what it's complaining about. There we go. Ah, now we're complaining. Perfect. So now we have our F falling from the sky. And we need to make it... Ooh, boy. I know how you feel. I had a class where I got a 79 out of 100. And it was like, you know, it was like one of those classes you don't even want to take, a general education class, but you have to take it, and then you don't do well in it because you don't care. And I was literally one quiz question away from getting a B, and I was very mad. Okay, anyways, we want to add an animation to this because I have all my controllers set to be on animation, so we're just gonna add an animation to this. Oh, easy. Oh, here, it's right here. Do I have to create a controller for it? There we go. Okay. And now we create an animation for it. Boop. We're just gonna name F. And we're going to control its opacity because I want it to just sort of fade away. Which is done with the sprite renderer via color. and it will exist on screen for, let's say 10 seconds. I think that's fair. Although I'm gonna, because the amount of frames they give me is not very much, so I'll speed it up times 3. And let's add a key there, and then at the very last frame it'll be 0, and then it'll just delete itself. So let's see how that looks. Let's give it all the bells and whistles. Destroy on exit and randomize its horizontal location. And I think I want to add like a little bit of rotation so that all of them will like have just like a little bit of random rotation so that they all don't just fall like that. Although that could be funny too. Should they all just like fall like this? Like did they just like fall down on the screen like this? Or should they fall like flipping over each other like that? What do you think would be funnier? It deleted itself too quickly. That's my B. When I said 30, flipping? I want the consensus. What's the vote? Kind of like the ladder. I don't know what the ladder was. Flipping? Okay, people like flipping. Okay. I'm starting to think that 30 was not... Yeah. Okay, it needs to be at least as alive as long as 30 seconds. Okay. Or 3 seconds, I mean. Let's try that. Nice! That's good! I like that. That had a good feel. Although I want it to be alive a little bit longer. Just a little bit longer. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's try that. Okay. Code time. Let's add the flipping. Okay, so I'm crazy and I do these things that rely on how long the animation is or rely on timing. I do that all through the animation controller, which I feel like maybe some people would take offense to. Maybe that's not the perfect, you know, maybe that's not exactly how you're supposed to do it, but I don't really care. So, because it's so quick. It's so quick. Random angular velocity. That's what that word is. So, when on state enter means when the animation starts. And the animation starts as soon as the object is created. So basically, this just means at the beginning of the object's lifespan. So we're gonna get the rigid body 2D, which we're just gonna call body equals animator game object get component. So we're getting the rigid body. Rigid body is just like, it just means like this is a physics object. That's all that means really. That isn't like fleshy. And then if body, so if it does have a rigid body, if random angular velocity, so we want angular velocity on it, then body dot angular velocity. There we go. Equals. And does it take a quaternion? Please tell me it's a float. Is it a float? It's not a float, is it? Maybe it's a float. I'm gonna try giving it a float. So we're gonna give it a random angular velocity between -1 and 1. Let's try that. Let's see how that goes. I have no idea. Is it gonna give me a syntax error? No, apparently angular velocity is a float. Thank you, 2D physics. I appreciate you. Okay, let's enable it. Random angular velocity. Let's see how that goes. It's probably gonna go really fast. It's probably gonna spin really. Oh, didn't do anything. Didn't do a gosh darn thing, did it? I think I also want to add random mass too, so that they fall at different rates, but it's not flipping or anything. Where did we go wrong? Is it not finding the rigid body 2D? Or maybe our I bet our velocity is way too low. Let's really crank it up. I bet that's what it is. I bet it's degrees per second is the measurement. There we go. I really need to give myself like a clapping animation. Also, I don't know why it's blinking there at the end. Why is it like blinking for a second? It's probably a problem with the animation. Oh, yes, it is a problem with the wait. Oh, weird. That's not at all how I wanted that to work. I animated it wrong. Okay, now we have to make the actual, like, things that you guys can trigger it. Not very many ways to type out F, but I'll give it to you. F, 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 F. Actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna give you that much. It's just gonna be F. So there's only gonna be one way to trigger this. And as far as position, it needs to be 5.64 inches tall. And the X doesn't matter because it randomly assigns an X. And we give it the animation. And there's no cooldown. Okay, let's give it a try, shall we? I have to add it to the list of commands, which I always forget to do. That's the last step, and I always forget to do it. Come on. Come on. Come on, Buttercup. There we go. Sorry. That was a reference to Great British Bake Off. Okay, are you guys ready? Are you guys ready to type F in the chat? F's in the chat? Are your F's in the chat ready? Actually, I'm gonna make the user cooldown like really low so you guys can spam F in the chat, okay? It's gonna be super low. I better see some F's in the chat. Okay, I just need to log in real quick. Did it? I don't know if it actually logged in. Oh well. Okay, you guys ready? And go! F's in the chat. There's an F! F! Look at the F's! Oh, the F's! Ah, I feel so much like a failure. Oh no. F's in the chat, boys. F's in the chat. Oh no. Oh no. F's in the chat. F's in the chat. Oh, there we go. They're stacking up on each other. Can you imagine if there was like 100 people here and they're all spamming F in the chat and it just like piled up on each other? Oh my god. I love it. I love it. Okay. I should add lol to the... Should I add lol to the Kusa command? If you type in lol, should it trigger the Kusa? I feel like they're a little bit different. Oh, the user cooldown is triggering. Oh, go to sleep. Yes. I don't know why you're here in the first place. Michael Reeves of VTubers. I actually really like Michael Reeves. But I kind of wish, I don't know. I wish he had like a second channel where he actually explained what he was doing. I would like that. I would like that. Okay, so the user cooldown was still triggering even though it was super slow. So there's something wrong with my user cooldown. Actually, some of the information that I got to make this whole system was from a article where the guy was talking about how he basically made Twitch plays Pokemon, but like through YouTube chat. And I mean, that's basically like the sky's the limit as far as this stuff goes. As long as you can type it in chat. And I can also detect super chats and like get information about super chats and like stickers and stuff. If I ever get memberships, it's popping off. It's popping off. Okay, let's see what's going on with this cooldown. Oh, I know the problem. I know the problem. I know the problem. The actual user, like the channel ID isn't getting saved. So basically there will be a cooldown if anyone has just used a command. Yeah, I can detect any information that comes through chat. So many possibilities. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn off cooldown. I'm just gonna comment out cooldown for now because it's clearly not working. Like at all. Okay, there we go. Well, we fixed that problem. Turns out you shouldn't just like throw features into your code at the last second. It's like not a good idea. I didn't know that, but you learn new things every day. Oh my gosh. Okay. How long have we been going? Like an hour and a half, I think, at this point. Okay. Let's just talk about some more commands, and then I will get back to you. I will get back to you on their creation. So if you have any more ideas, time to say them or forever hold your peace. Or just tweet them at me, honestly. I will take that as well. Don't be afraid to just like at me on Twitter, honestly. I'm always checking Twitter. I never stop checking Twitter. It's an addiction, but you know. We've got, let's see what we've got here. We've got a dog doing a flip. Oop, I covered up my camera. We got a dog doing a flip. We've got like interrobangs and like exclamation points. We've got 404s, which would like fall from the ceiling as well. I think for the 404s, I don't want them to pile up. I think I just want them to just like fall through the floor and disappear. We've got X to Dow, which would just like pop up in the corner. I think it's probably, I just hit the mic. Yeah, I just hit the mic, it's fine. And we did F, so we can cross F off the list. F's in the chat for F. I wonder I wonder if I can make Unity trigger a hotkey so that if someone super chats, I mean, this wouldn't be a regular chat command, but like, let's say someone super chats a certain amount or something, that it would trigger an animation on me. Because VTube Studio takes hotkeys. Oh, you have an idea? Give it to me. Give it to me. And I don't feel like modding VTube Studio to talk to my weird program. But I like the idea of, like, if someone did something special, then, like, a little animation is triggered on me. What's the idea? I'm gonna do faces until you come up with the idea. What are some other commands? Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of stumped. Boop. Okay. Should we end the stream for tonight? I think it's time to end for the stream for the night. Good night, everybody, or good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, or I think that's all of them. Hearts? Ooh, yeah, maybe that. No worries, I did put you on the spot. Well, if you have any other ideas, feel free to tweet them at me, and I will evaluate them. Good night, everybody. Good night. Salute. If I could salute, I would. But I can't. Oh, one thing I never did on my debut stream, which I meant to do. like polka. Anyways, good night, everybody.